I first encountered the term Golden State Killer in a news report back in 2018. The news was about the capture of an elderly criminal known as the Golden State Killer in Sacramento, California. At the time, I had no knowledge of who this criminal was or the nature of the crimes committed. Initially, I assumed that a serial killer had been arrested through DNA analysis long after the crimes had taken place. However, as I delved deeper into the story through news reports, podcasts, and related books, I began to find the chilling details of the case. The more I learned, the more horrifying it became, making me wonder how a person could commit such heinous acts. What made this case even more intriguing was the complex and groundbreaking method used to capture the perpetrator, which went beyond simple DNA analysis. Before delving into the narrative of the Golden State Killer, we have to acknowledge the crucial role played by Michelle McNamara. She was a prolific writer who had been actively investigating and documenting the crimes of the Golden State Killer in California for an extended period. And it was McNamara who first coined the name Golden State Killer. Prior to her naming, the criminal went by various titles depending on the region, such as East Area Rapist, Original Night Stalker, or Visalia Ransacker. The reason behind these different names was due to the uncertainty of whether these were the actions of a single perpetrator during the 1970s and 1980s when the crimes occurred. However, continuous efforts by multiple law enforcement agencies eventually led to a significant breakthrough in 2001, when DNA analysis conclusively proved that East Area Rapist and Original Night Stalker were indeed the same individual. In an attempt to bring the criminal's actions into focus, McNamara coined the title Golden State Killer for the offender. She wanted to make the public aware of the disturbing truth that one person had committed a series of rapes and murders, creating fear throughout the whole state of California. She hoped that this would reignite public interest in the case, potentially generating new leads. But tragically, in April 2016, while in the process of writing a book about the Golden State Killer, Michelle McNamara passed away unexpectedly. Her death, which occurred in her late 40s, was attributed to an accidental overdose. At the time of her passing, only about half of the book had been written. But her tireless efforts could not go to waste, and her loved ones gathered her notes and blog posts, eventually publishing a book in February 2018, titled, "I'll Be Gone in the Dark." In fact, the title itself was a chilling phrase the killer used to warn a victim not to report him to the police during an attack. And did her efforts bear fruit? Shortly after the book's publication, on April 25, 2018, 32 years after the last murder, a former police officer and Vietnam War veteran, Joseph DeAngelo, was finally apprehended. While Michelle McNamara wasn't specifically acknowledged in the police press conference, those who knew about her work believed that it played a substantial role in capturing the criminal. Due to the author's untimely passing during its writing, some chapters abruptly end or have poorly established connections. However, her extensive speculations and analyses about the criminal's behavior during her years of pursuit were genuinely intriguing. This is because, at the time, there were aspects of the criminal's actions that were completely unknown and incomprehensible, but now, we have learned the reasons behind them. For instance, in the book, McNamara speculates that the criminal might have lived near the areas where the crimes occurred, such as Rancho Cordova and Carmichael, and possibly even attended school there. Her hypothesis was grounded in the fact that, during the second attack, the perpetrator left the victim's residence without wearing pants. Even in the dead of night, walking around without pants as an adult would risk attracting attention. This led her to believe that the perpetrator either resided in the vicinity or was intimately familiar with the area. Intriguingly, following his capture, it was revealed that the perpetrator had indeed graduated from Folsom Senior High School, Sierra College, and Cal State Sacramento, all located in the same areas. Furthermore, the house where he resided at the time of his arrest was not far from the locations where he had committed the crimes. Another chilling detail was that the criminal, during some of the attacks, said,
"I hate you, Bonnie."
McNamara, in her book, wondered about the significance of this statement and who Bonnie might be. After the capture, It was revealed that Bonnie was the woman he had been engaged to. They met at university after his service in the Vietnam War and, despite a significant age difference, they started a relationship. However, as time passed, lies, violent tendencies, and a domineering attitude led to Bonnie breaking off the engagement. This breakup likely fueled the continued use of that phrase during the criminal's acts. However, what sent shivers down my spine the most was the events following the revelation that East Area Rapist and original Night Stalker were the same person in 2001. 2 days after this fact was reported in the media, a victim from 1977 received a phone call at her home. This victim resided in the same house where the crime had occurred. When she answered the phone, she immediately recognized the caller as the perpetrator. And he said,
"Hey, remember when we played?"
Perhaps the criminal had called the homes of the victims he had targeted one by one. And the victim, who happened to still live in the same place and use the same phone number, received this bone-chilling call. The Golden State Killer was responsible for approximately 120 burglaries, 50 rapes, and 13 murders from around 1973 to 1986. In the following videos, we will delve into the crimes he committed and how he was ultimately captured. Please don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons. Thanks for watching.